As always, welcome to Ivy Knows Best. It's your boy, Eric Ivy. Riding alone these Texas streets where H-Town is on. Mr. Kush, what's going on?
What's good? You all right today?
Oh, man, another day at the office. Just out here doing my thing, taking care of these children, being abused as a father. And I think that that's something all fathers can relate to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You got more than one kid, you got one more mouth to feed, you got one more personality, more than one personality. All that just plays a part, and kids don't give a damn about you being a fuck. Anyway, look, look, I love my children, all right? So yeah, I've been chilling, man, just doing my thing, taking care of my kids, man. How's everything with you?
Oh man, everything good. Doing the same thing on my end.
Right, right. Hey, you know what? I'm glad we're talking about this. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's a perfect segue into what we're gonna talk about today. All right. So obviously the show has a lot of women fans and male fans, a little bit of everything. I like to believe that they show up for me, but that's not really always the case. Sometimes they show up for Mr. Kush. All right. And it happens to
Barely.
be, he said, what?
Barely.
They don't, they didn't barely show up for me too, but they like, but these said a female showed up and they asked a very important question. All right. They asked me and him, obviously both, because we both, co-host the show. What is it about fatherhood? You know what I mean? That we can speak on from a father's perspective. Well, there's a lot. It's a whole lot. It's not like just one, two, three things when you start talking about being a father, or from the perspective as far as parenting is concerned. What is something that we go through on a daily as a father. So I'm not gonna kick this one off. I'm gonna let Kush kick this one off because this is something that I think that I'm gonna let him lead on because it's something that he brought to the table. We all talking about now. So like, what is your perspective on parenting? What are some of the struggles and things you have to get over while being a parent, especially being a father?
Look. The biggest thing, the biggest struggle to get over being a parent for me is homework. Everything just is fucking simple.
It ain't one plus
Bro,
one no more.
homework kill me. I swear.
It
The
brings you
rest
back.
of it.
Brings you back to first, second, third grade where you be like, man, I hate being here. Teaching didn't give a damn about you wanting to be there. Now they just want you to do the work. And as a parent, they want you to go now and start doing the work. You're like, nigga, I hated it when I was his age.
Yeah.
There's
So,
a homework.
but it's it don't have no downs to it. It's all ups, in
Right.
my opinion. Parenting.
Hmm. Go ahead, man. Open that up. Open that up. Because that's something I think that I'm one of these people. I hate the statement, I need a break. I hate it. When I hear mothers, no offense to mothers or fathers or any parent for that matter, say they need a break from the choice that they chose to make, it pisses me off as a person. It grinds me. And I just don't like that shit. Because I'm like, how do you
Yes.
need a break from the choice that you chose to make? You chose to make these children. You chose to lay down with the person. You chose to have them. So you know what consequences come with it. So me personally, for me, it's the I need a break crowd. I hate that crowd. So if you're
But
part of that crowd, stop that shit.
I
Stop it
feel
right
like
now.
I feel like the breaks are only needed when the other person having fun though.
Oh,
In most cases. In majority of the cases. Any other time, don't nobody have no problem with their kids being under them.
you know what
Like,
though? I'm glad. Go no, my bad. I mean interrupt you. Go ahead. Say it. Say what you saying.
go ahead.
And also, I don't think there's ever a problem when the child support is coming out. When them checks are getting cut. I don't think you need to break then
Or text time.
or tax time. It's only when that parent is perceiving that the other parent's having a better time than they are. They want to go do something they ain't got no business doing. Or don't include their children. They which by now look, don't get it wrong. I get it. Being a parent 24/7 is hard. It's hard. I'm not the primary parent for my children, right? Most men in America who are paying child support are not the primary parent for their children.
Yeah.
There are some that are an exception to the rule, but for the most part, that's how it goes. So we don't have, you know, majority of men who are in that situation don't really have that idea that I need a break. Now, here's my thing, right? Don't tell me you need no break because you didn't need no break when the court looked at me in my eyes and said, "Hey, listen, your child is worth this much money," and you saw all that money in your eyes you was getting a year, you saw yourself getting your nails done, your feet done, and all that, but you didn't say you needed a break then.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy. Like now, Grant, don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Now they could say on the other side, oh, you weren't talking about, you weren't worried about no child support when you was hitting it raw. Like when I said, "Hey, hold on, bro, bag up, bag out," and you was like, "Nah, I seen a white picket fence, 2 dogs, and 3 kids, bitch. We together now." Like, ain't nobody said nothing then. And I agree. Like, you got to be careful with the choices that you make. But in reality, asking for a break really makes me look at people like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I ain't had a break yet.
There ain't no such thing. Ain't no rest. Ain't no rest for us. Look. So, ladies, for those who asked the question, so I can make sure we don't dive too far off on that. Parenting, all right, as a father, there's no such thing. You can't. Okay, make sure I say this correctly. You cannot, as a father, not have sympathy for the mother of your children, right? That to me is the hardest part, right? No matter where y'all are in y'all situation, you're always taught this is the mother of your child, so you don't disrespect her, you don't do this, you don't do all these things. Even if she's disrespecting the shit out of you, even if she
Mm-hmm.
lying on you, if she going and doing whatever the fuck she doing, it don't matter. She could be home with your kids in a room, and you still can't say nothing about that shit.
No, sir.
That to me is the hardest part because it's like, all right, damn, how do you protect your children from the person that's supposed to be quote unquote best for them, who isn't doing what's best for them? That's the hardest part, I personally feel. Now, as a mother, generally a lot of mothers out there, you can keep your child from the father if the father isn't, you know, doing things that he's supposed to be doing. If he's walking around with hose butt naked in his house, up and down the street all day long, getting all kind of necessary shit, that's different. You have a way to be like, no, we're not doing that. My child's not gonna be around. And no one's going to fault you for that. But as a father, you don't have that same option to be like, I want to protect my kids from this. They're gonna be like, well, that's still their mom.
No,
Like,
not at all.
like that's a hardship. Me personally, another hardship and parenting, as far as from a male perspective, is really getting a bitter person on the same page as you, right? Because I'm a firm believer in this. This is just me. This is I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. When the other parent is making your life harder than it's supposed to be, right? When the other parent is telling your children all types of stuff, you know what I mean? Telling you lie about stuff, telling the other child that you ain't shit, doing all that type of stuff, and they're being a bitter parent, that's so hard because a lot of men go through that. And women, no offense, ladies, I'm not saying all y'all do this, but there's a whole lot of piece of shit ass females out there who do that. And
They
they forget their children can, huh?
they will never get that.
No, never.
They won't get that though, at all.
They won't admit it neither. That's the sickest part. They won't admit that shit. Like, do y'all know how hard it is waking up every day, right? Not seeing your child as often as you want to see him, right? Then if your child is too young to make phone calls, you got to call the person that's bitter about you or hates you or dislike you or whatever the case is. And now you got to talk to that apartment language. You got to talk to that woman every day. There's a lot of fathers out there who experience that. And I'm not saying this is everybody's experience. So ladies, don't feel like I'm saying that all of y'all are like this. But there are so many women out here who purposely put their men on papers because they mad. Like, I'm putting you on child support. Why? Because you got another bitch. Damn, what they got to do with me taking care of my child? Like, I'm putting you on papers. Why? Because I'm angry. So you mad, and now your child needs support because you mad. But what if you wasn't mad? Your child don't need that type of support all of a sudden. Like, I'm confused on what needs to be happening here to get people to really like look at this situation from the perspective it's supposed to be looked at.
It ain't gonna never get looked at like that. The court system in general it's always one sided. So, and that falls under that system. So,
Yeah, it's
you might
nasty.
you gotta hold your breath. You waiting on that to get looked at.
I got a
you
better chance.
you
I got
gonna
a better
pass
chance of
out
being.
while doing it though.
I got a better chance of being white than I do getting that fixed. God damn. And you know what? I was telling somebody one day. I said, look, and I think me and you we talked about a pre-show. I said, listen, the child support system is so that's another issue, ladies. I'm glad you're asked these questions. We're gonna tell it. This ain't like a bitch session or a gripe session. This is just answering the question, right? There's so many fathers out here who have it better than others, and there's so many that have it worse than others, right? And it seems to be when you an ain't shit father that women tend to allow you to slide a whole lot more than the motherfucker that's doing what he's supposed to do. And I think it's sad. It's sad as fuck. I am a father. I am one of those good ass fathers. There are children in here now, and you don't hear them because they're well behaved, right? But my children could attest to this. I'm there 24/7. And the child support system was not really made for a motherfucker like me. It was made for a motherfucker who's not gonna be there, who don't care, and or a person who can't be there because there's any kind of substantial issues. It's not for a motherfucker to go pick up his kids from school every day. It's not for somebody who see his children during the weekend whenever as often as he's supposed to. It ain't for the person like that. But what happens is we get taught to weaponize that system to demonize the other person, which falls into that brainwashing. No offense, feminists out there, the feminist brainwashing that was brought by the majority of this country. We know what the majority looks like. It doesn't look like you or I, but it's still the majority of this country that told our women that they don't need us. And here's how we can fix it. You'll get his money, but you don't need his influence. But here's the problem: your support of your child don't stop financially. It don't stop with the finances. It goes everywhere else. It's not just that. So what happens is, ladies, if you really want to know what it's like, it's being unappreciated. It's been asked to do something that you know for a fact is unfair. It's been asked to deal with the person in a certain way that doesn't respect you. It's being asked to, and this is just in my experience, because there's other experiences who are way better than mine, where the baby mama's cool and everything's smooth. She got her money. All right, cool, nigga. Take care of your kids. Live your life. Just don't disrespect me. I won't disrespect you. Hell, they might even box you on occasion if you get out of pocket with one of them, and they both together.
So that's why I gotta let you take the lead on this one. I'm kind of in a good situation.
Don't get it wrong. My situation ain't even really bad.
Yeah.
It's just like it's complicated. And until we as people, me included, so listen, if the mother of my children happens to watch the show, hello, whatever. We don't need to be, I'm not putting your business out there, but we don't need to be on real speaking terms outside of our children. That's an understanding that we have because we understand how toxic we both are to the other person, right? So there's no point in me or you both continuing to have an issue. We can co-parent without really having to say a whole lot that doesn't concern the children. All right. So you're allowed to live your personal life. Now, listen, ladies, for everyone who has good situations out there, right? And for all the mothers of children who don't make things bad. And don't get it wrong. The mother of my children doesn't make my life bad. She doesn't make it to where I can't see my children. Now, she doesn't necessarily handle things the way I want them to be handled all the time. But then again, who does? So, it's one of those things, So hopefully, me and her could find a commonality. Go ahead, Kush.
I had something going on. I couldn't hear you for a minute.
No. What I was saying that, having the mother of my children to me not necessarily always be on the same page is one thing, but she doesn't make things as bad as she could make them, right? She could be that baby. Don't get it wrong. There are some situations where we just don't see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of our issues come from. So I'm not going to speak negatively on that, but what I would say is outside of that, there are situations, and not specifically with her, but with any person, where that person ain't doing what you need them to do in your eyes. Yeah. But the court says, nigga, it's not what your eyes see, it's what the court deems to be appropriate.
But I will say this though, even if you are in a good situation, it's still a lot of work because you still have to walk that line to make sure that person is not pissed off. And that's
Facts.
work.
Right. And that's sad. And I you know what though? I said that's the hardest thing in the world. Imagine this, right? Imagine everything's smooth, everything cool, right? Everything good. But tomorrow, nigga, you brought, hypothetically speaking, you brought a female over. They meet each other, and that female don't speak to your old lady or your ex or whatever, or the mother of your kids, or she says one or two words, and she might think that her attitude's shitty. Nigga, that falls on you. She ain't even worried about the bitch no more. She's like, nigga, so you just gonna let the female, you gonna let her disrespect me like that, bro? Then you like, look, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to tell her to be your friend. Y'all supposed to be buddies. Y'all supposed to be pals and shit. She don't want to be friends with you, and that's another thing, ladies. As from a male perspective, when you're dealing with the mother of your children and everything's okay, right? The day that she decides to be with someone else, right? You got to be okay with the fact that maybe that person don't accept the fact that y'all have a cool relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They might be one of those weary partners. So to keep her happy, you have to know what you are willing to accept and not accept. But then at the same time, you have to expect that she's going to do what she needs to do so that you and her can be cool still, right? You got to like have foresight on how your decisions are going to affect everybody else.
Yeah, which is very rare.
It's hard. Dog, look, listen. Lord forbid your relationship go left. If we was beefing for 6.5 months up to this point, bitch, everything you said and did in that 6.5 months, I'm not gonna forget. You think about just forget that shit because we got kids? Hold on, I know. The first chance I get to get some get back, I'm gonna do. That's what a natural human's gonna do, right? Yep. But the saddest part about that is this: as a father, you're not allowed to have that type of human emotion.
When it's something like on their mind and they ready to say it, it's gonna come straight out. Like we gotta pick the time, the place, how to say it, when to say it. Make sure you don't use this word, that word. But they and it's like it shit is acceptable. Like
yeah, it's like what like I don't want to fuck with you ever, nigga. Your mama's a bitch and your daddy's dead. Like, damn, for real? That's still the mother of your kids. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Like, oh, no. She's talking about my dead pops and my mama being a hoe. We got a problem. Now, granted, my mother's not a hoe and my father isn't dead. But what I'm saying is, in that hypothetical case, there's a whole lot of disrespect that's allowed from one side to the next, and no one checks it. So they say, okay, well, as a man, you know how she is. What? Wait. So the behavior is excused.
That's always the. I swear that's always the excuse.
The behavior is excused.
Oh no, that's the end of that. You know how she is. That's it. Leave it alone.
Just don't say nothing. Go to your car. Kids be crying, "Daddy, no, Daddy, no." You wave at your kids in the window. You go about your business. Go home. Yeah, but that's what a lot of men, well, not a lot. There are men out there, ladies, who are living that reality of what we're speaking. But there's also men who ain't got that problem at all. Baby mama, cool, all right, cool, whatever. I bet I drive. You see the kids, y'all set things up. They can even kick it with her new man, and he ain't tripping. Mm-hmm. But that I'm telling you right now, for reality's sake, let's just say this: majority of men are not living that reality. They're not. This is just not. You know why? Because if she's not over you and she's dating that new nigga, guess what happens? You know what she's telling that nigga? All the bad stuff about you, nigga. Everything. Boy, everything you could think of. Oh, he cheated on me. He was controlling. He wouldn't let me go and do whole shit with my whole friends. Like, right? Then, hey, listen. And she will say that you beat her up. Even if it's not funny, she will say that you beat her up at one point or another. I'm telling you, this is the type of shit that goes through people's minds. This is the type of shit that's said all the time. No one has ever sat there and said, man, you shouldn't do that. Like the same way we get as men ostracized for saying the negative things about our baby mamas or having a negative opinion about them, what they're doing, they don't get the same reflection. That's just not how that goes. So charge to the game.
Be the bad guy.
But straight up, man, look, hey, listen.
Just embrace it.
Look, a wise man once said this: you're the bad guy in someone else's story.
Mm.
You're not the good guy in every story. And if you are, there's something wrong. Look, I have a personal problem with this too. Anybody who has a support system, right, that allows you to do negative activities, right, especially in these situations with parenting, that's a bad support system. It's not going to work that way, right? It's not going to work because what's going to happen is this: you forget after court is over, after all these things is over, you still got to parent with that child's parent. You got to still parent that child together, whether you're in the same house or not. You got to figure it out. So you might want to make that road as smooth sailing as possible, because what you're going to end up doing on the back end is keeping your children from having the opportunity to truly be happy with the other parent. You know, so ladies, from another perspective of men, that's another piece that we have to deal with that y'all don't have to deal with. So we got to be weary of what y'all doing, keep y'all from being pissed off, not do the wrong thing so your nigga ain't tripping, not do the wrong thing so you ain't tripping with my kids, and then still walk and toe that line of keeping you happy overall and not affecting your happiness. Because what ends up happening is y'all tend to be like, hey, you know what? You want to fuck my happiness up? I got something for this nigga. I ain't. Y'all me of us.
Yeah, I was just say you forgot the most important.
Go ahead. What
He
was that?
cause he gonna cause when she do, you got to be able to take what she throw. Always.
Mm-hmm. And she gonna throw you a curveball. She gonna throw you a curveball for real. She gonna be like, you know, Jack is coming over tonight, and I need you to watch the kids. It ain't even your night to watch the children, but you want to keep her happy. You want things to be cool. So when it's your turn to go do what you want to do, she's moving with you. But here's the thing about it: she might just be letting Jack. He said, "What?
that, that ain't gonna stop. That ain't gonna keep it that way though.
No, not at all. There ain't no matter what you do.
You
Ain't nothing you can do."
baby, you want to do what you want to do it.
No, she gonna be like, "Oh, see," and you and that's not, ladies. We cannot come to y'all and tell y'all, "Listen, um, I got these two women, and you know, we trying to get into some fallacious behavior. You know, so I'm trying to get some chewy from both of them. We just gonna call it chewy on the show. We not gonna call it nothing else. You know, I'm just trying to get some chewy on the show. All right, and yeah, you know, I need to go home. So can you watch the kids this weekend so I can get that done? The first thing your baby mom about to tell you is, so these hoes is more important than your kids? You can't ask her that same question.
Mm-mm.
You can't. The first time she get a new nigga and he breaking her back, you are not allowed to ask her a damn thing about that, because that's none of your business. Just like it's none of her business, but she gonna be like, but he chose these hoes over my kids, and everyone's going to kind of agree with the
Agree.
fact that you chose hoes over your kids, no matter what the situation was. Beyonce and Rihanna can both be like, listen, my nigga,
You can keep your kids for a week, and she could be with a nigga the whole week. Like the first, the, the first time you say, "Hey, can you keep him so I can go?" You know, that's what it's gonna be.
right? You you love these hoes, don't you, boy? Like what? I know. No, you love them. One time I know you love them because you went to her house when the kids was with me, and I thought, what the fuck? That's what I'm supposed to do, not in the sight of the children, right? But the
That's
reality of the situation is this, man. You right, ladies. There's nothing we can do about that. I can't. And I won't. I would never, ever tell the mother of my children anything like that. Never. I wouldn't. I would never tell her anything like that. Anything personal that I got going on is my business, and I keep it that way. And whatever personal she got going on is her business, as long as it don't affect our children. When it affects our children, it becomes something that you need to know. That's another thing we have to go through, man, because there's a lot of things we might as men feel is affecting us and affects our children, and we should know about, that y'all don't feel like it's necessarily the case. And that's really dependent on how the female views her baby daddy at times.
mm-hmm.
It ain't got like, I can legit be like, I don't like my baby mama, I hate her, even though I don't. But these were my thoughts. Nobody's about to sit up here and be like, that's a like that's a great reason for you not to be telling. Nah, she can be like, I hate that nigga and he beat me. He did this, he did it. Every things you ain't never did before. She be like, this
It
nigga
ain't even
paid.
gotta be that drastic. They
Like,
can make the simplest shit sound like the worst shit in the world.
be like, he told me I couldn't use the money in my account. Like, okay. Now watch this. Okay, so how much money was you getting? I was getting $200. Okay, all right. And how much money did he have in there? He had $8,762.13, and another 10,000 coming in later. And he told me to use his money, so I didn't run through my money. And he wanted me to save my money. But now listen, now you hear I just told that entire story. Anybody listening right now will tell you that don't sound that bad, do it? Don't spend your money, save your money, spend somebody else's money, and he ain't tripping, right? You get a female who might not necessarily view it that way. You was controlling her financially.
Yeah.
Just that quick. Just that quick. The narrative is something that you never assumed for it to be. And more often than not, as the father of children, that becomes your reality. Your baby mama will make up whatever reality she wants to make up, and her support system will be there to amen it and clap for it and say it's true, even if it's not. And when you go to pick up your children and her stupid ass homegirl sitting over there because she's a part of that stupid ass support system, she got something to say about what you're doing. And I think we already touched on this. You better not get in an argument with no woman in front of her friends.
Mm.
You lost that. You lost that before that shit even started. Because Tracy already know the pleasure. Oh, yeah, you that nigga that was hanging out with them hoes, taking pictures and shit, right? Titties all in your eyes and stuff, right? Mr. Titty Eyes, that's you, huh? Yeah, I know you, nigga. She done told all your business to Tracy. Tracy know everything that you never done, bro. Don't even argue. All right, you got it. I'm gonna be in the car. Bring the kids to the car, please. Go wait in the car. Sorry, ladies. This is the reality a lot of men face when it comes down to just parenting your kids.
I just figured out what's needed, and I keep it at that.
You know what though? That's the best thing you can do. You know what I mean? Like as men, the best thing you can do is keep shit right there, right? All right. So you see how this line right here just kind of rides the bottom real perfect light and cuts out the screen, just like that. That's all you can do. You do anything other than that, guess what's gonna happen? Your ass out of there. She about to give you hell, nigga. Don't ever piss your baby, boy. Ladies, don't ask these questions no more. All right, we never answering these questions again. All right, because look,
I'd rather piss off a gang of white cops.
nigga, I swear to God, nigga, bro, do you know how many niggas would be like, like, no, I ain't never heard a nigga ever be like, I ain't worried about your baby daddy, I'll kill that nigga. Right? You know how many times you heard niggas say that? You ain't never heard niggas say, man, you know what? Your baby daddy about to make shit hell for you. That ain't even a statement that's ever made. Nigga, I've heard niggas be like, bro, be talking to a female like, yeah, girl, we gonna kick it. Yeah, but your baby mama gonna like fuck us up. Like it's like she's
yeah.
like she's scared for you and her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nothing's more dreaded than and look, ladies. And there's nothing wrong with y'all loving y'all children. There's nothing wrong with y'all having standards or any of that. But you know, stop.
But it don't be about that. It just be about torturing you.
Facts. That's true.
That's it.
I just don't want you to be enjoying your life too much, my nigga. What you doing smiling? You smiling, nigga? Huh? You driving new cars and paying your bills?
I always say this. It correct me if I'm wrong. Say like you and your partners out, like, and all of a sudden somebody make a joke and everybody just laughing. When your phone ring, who do it usually be?
Be your baby mom, bro. That's because God knows, bro. God knows, dog. I'm telling you.
I'd be like, bro, they got antennas or something that just let them know when you having a good time.
They be like, this nigga happy. Let me fuck this up for this. I'm tired of this motherfucker smiling and shit.
It'd be some shit like, did you leave the milk on the counter? Like you know I'm out. You know.
I asked you to go check. I asked you to go check and make sure my apartment building door was locked. You can't even do that for the mother of your kids. Or something magical happen, like your kid to be sick and in the hospital, like dying to death, right? Just dying from breathing air. You like, damn, bro, my baby dying. I gotta go, right? Then you get to the hospital, child be walking around playing. Like the fuck. How do we get here? Like, I thought you said he was dying. Like, I was expecting him not to be like, oh, hold on, hang on right quick. Now, I do want to switch gears right quick because we almost, man, we almost got down to the end of this tunnel. I want to switch gears right quick. People, be careful who you have kids with. Be careful who you have kids with. Moral of the story: be careful who you have kids with. Period. If you have kids with somebody, excuse me, if you have kids with somebody who you know for a fact, before let's say you look at it before you even do anything, you looking at her, she's fine, but she crazy. She fighting females, knocking hoes out, or he out here in the streets pistol with niggas in traffic. You really think that motherfucker gonna be all right with you when y'all no longer on good terms and it's about something y'all got in common?
Don't nobody think about that part.
Like damn, I just saw this nigga pistol whip the principal of his kid's school.
You was rooting for him then.
That was your nigga. You couldn't wait to let that nigga knock you up. That was the nigga you just couldn't wait. You could not wait to let him skeet in that box. I can't wait for him to, hey, Kush, I can't wait. All in that box. That's what you couldn't wait for that nigga. Not the one who go to work every day, got a 401k, ain't got no violent history. Bro, there's females out there who can't live their life because they baby daddy is that nigga.
Are you kidding me, bro? They boring. Those types are boring and lame. Come on, man. You know better than that.
Well, excuse me, right? All right, just think about this, bro. Excuse us, just as people, for not wanting to have to deal with a homicidal maniac every time I want to fuck with you. All right, every time I want to pull up to your crib, right? Excuse me for not wanting to have to fight every time I show up to go pick your kid up. Or I'll meet you there. You meet me there. So we can't even do the regular date thing. You just got to pull up and come to me, or I'm listening to you on the phone, talk to your baby daddy. Oh, I'm at Keisha's house. Bitch, my name Eric. I got a show called Ivy Knows Best. He probably watches it. You better stop playing with me. Like, stop telling a nigga my name, Keisha. That's not even my name.
Oh man.
Like, the fuck? Yeah. All you got to do, ladies, is listen, start paying attention to who you let get you pregnant. Fellas, same thing. Yo, female over here, like, oh, well, your baby mama want to leave stuff on your bed and around like she really dealing with you and making your life. Why? Nigga, and another piece of that, pay attention to how that person treat their baby mama and their baby daddy. You ain't far from that. I said that in the episode.
That's how they be all the time. Like, if you know he was a deadbeat to his first 3 kids, why would you go have the 4th? It don't click.
Bro, like, no. Listen, you speaking English to me, baby. It sounds right to me, bro. I swear to God, it sounds like right to me. But there's somebody out there right now who's like, nah, I love him. I can change him. He doesn't mean that. He only hit 5 people because they were just, they were in the way. They shouldn't have been. Why are they walking on the sidewalk when he's driving? Well, you think that him killing 5 people with a vehicle is okay, right? But you're not, worried that the next man you might get with might be the 6th person he kills with a vehicle. Like, that can legit be the life that you sign up for, gentlemen. That's nothing. That's why messing with women with kids is, boy, you rolling the dice because they baby daddy might be that nigga for real. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, I got so many homies there's that nigga for real that they baby mamas can't move on. I got a whole lot of them who are just like, hey, whatever, you do what you're gonna do, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Let's just be respectful about our children. But for the ones who actually like that, they women can't live their life like they want to. They can.
Not at all.
I'm gonna wake up today and I'm gonna go take my kids to the park, and everything is gonna be fine. No, Carlos lives around the corner from the park, right? And Carlos is waiting to see a car to even look like yours, right? And Carlos is waiting for you at the you as soon as you put your child in the swing, Carlos is right behind that motherfucker. And you better hope another nigga ain't putting that child in a swing. Because he gonna put that nigga in a sling. You understand? Carlos is not playing with you. He ain't playing with you about nothing. You know, and here's the thing, but I'm not saying Carlos doesn't love his kids, but Carlos still love you, baby. Carlos care about you just as much as he care about his children, and it's really not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the niggas that people want to have kids with. The females who want to beat up the new girlfriend and burn a house down and then do all that root and rah rah and shit. Those are females these niggas want to skeet in. What? If ladies listen, if I look at you in your eyes and I'm talking to you about your baby daddy, and the first thing you say to me is that nigga ain't shit, let me ask him the same question about you. Let me talk to him about you right quick. You know why no one allows their ex to talk about them or talk to their new person?
Because that person knows you better than anybody else on planet Earth.
And they gonna tell all your shit. Okay. All your shit. And I look, gentlemen, I only wish to make sure that every single one of you are happy and safe out there. So if you ever, 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 ever have had this happen to you, right? Where you got a baby mama, girlfriend, whatever the case is, and they got a significant other and they talking cash money shit about you. Just talking just the most type of shit about you, right? Please understand that if you were to ask that other person that question, that other person would have a whole nother story and you probably look at that person differently.
Mm-hmm.
Completely differently. You're not gonna look at her the same way that you would look at her. You know what I mean? The woman that loves, her children and does everything she can for her kids, that person she painted herself to be, that's not who she really is. Really not. I mean, even though it might be a part of who she is, it's not who she is in total.
The nympho in the closet.
You feel me? The woman who will sleep with you while her kids is in the bed with, like, you know what I mean? Like she ain't about to sit up there and tell all that. Like, she ain't finna tell you none of that. That's not gonna happen. And what's gonna happen is this: when you find it out about it, you can be like, damn, for real. Like that as exciting as that is, that shit's sad. Like, your children are supposed to be your life source. So, nigga, look, you find yourself with a young lady who's like that, bro, you just go ahead and I ain't gonna tell you what to do.
I just like if whoever you had your child with, y'all deal with each other. That's how I move. Like
That's how it
I
should be.
am, then you can't come be like, oh, he said this and I'm finna go fight. Like, no, y'all gonna argue. Y'all gonna,
Yeah,
like
y'all
y'all
figure
gonna
that
fight.
out.
So that's between y'all.
And if you
Long
do
as
happen to start beating your ass, it's different though.
yeah, as long as he don't slap the shit out of you.
That's not funny. We're not laughing about abuse. We just saying, like, there's people out there who really have them type of situations.
Then I'd be on the way.
Right. As any real man would. You know what I'm
But
saying?
y'all had a 10-minute argument on the phone, like that's between y'all.
You know why though? Because I said this a long time, because we never really know where it comes from. Right? So check the shit out. It's crazy.
That's like years of history before you were even around. Like
Right?
you
It's
picked up, it feel like
no, it's shit that happened, right? That if it happened to you, you be pissed too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like,
shit you would never know about. So don't even get involved in the shit.
hey, you know what? Crazy as shit though. Tell you what happened one day, and I'm glad you said this. I'm chilling with a young lady. She's sitting there. She's like, telling me the story about a baby daddy, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. The nigga ain't shit. One day I went out, the homies went out to a bar or whatever, ran into this nigga, coolest nigga in the world. Cool. I didn't, you know what? And I didn't even know it was him. Didn't even know, right? We got talking and stuff like that, and started telling about this female I knew and whatever. And he was like, "Oh, you talking about?" He's like, "What she look like?" So I showed him a picture of it. Oh, bro, that's my baby mama. I said, "Oh, for real?" He goes, "Yeah." So, nah, hey, whatever y'all got going on, y'all got going on. Ain't nothing to do with me, bro. He's no, that's cool, bro. He ain't even really like that, man. He's like, I just want to see my kid. That's it. So I'm like, damn, cuz I get it. Like I want to see my kids too. I don't want nobody to keep me from seeing my children. So mind you, he didn't say nothing negative about him, nothing. He just kept it playing. Hey, man, I just want to see my kids. Whatever y'all, that's y'all. I don't
Yeah.
just, and he laid down his expectations. Now, I told him, I said, it ain't even that type of situation. I've never even seen your children. I've made it a personal goal of mine to never see your kid because that's not what me and her are. That's not what we on. So he goes, all right, cool, man. I respect it. Kept pushing. Everything she said about him came from her perspective of this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew for a fact that came from things that have happened between them two. So her telling me that it ain't my job to make a belief or a judgment about this nigga because I don't know that nigga character for real. We ain't went to school together, did nothing together. I ain't never met that nigga ever in my life.
Ever.
I'm like, nigga, you know Kush? No, see, we don't even we gonna fuck with the same type of people, nigga. Like straight up, you met that nigga Carrie before? No, can't really fuck with you like that. We don't know the same type of people, like so I can't even play with that type of shit. So I say this all the time, ladies. Look, it's cool. It's cool to tell your new nigga about your old nigga, but please tell the truth.
You're asking a lot.
That's true.
A
But
whole lot.
but guess what though? Guess how much time you save
You should
telling the
waste
truth.
that asking for like $1 trillion. That might come true first.
Hey, then hey, that's true though, my nigga. I mean, you're not lying. Ladies, no offense, no offense, gentlemen too, gentlemen too. You feel me? Let's go for everybody. We are equal opportunity show over here, right? All y'all can get it.
I make fun of all y'all, so
Yeah, so don't be like, oh, y'all hate women. No, we don't hate no women. Shut the fuck up.
myself included.
Like and a lot of this shit we talking about, we've done ourselves. We've been that guy. Like there's no man in history that ain't been that guy that he's hitting a female. They having a physical relationship, everything going wonderful, and that's all they doing. And she want more, but her baby daddy did this and did that and did this and did that. We all been there.
Be like, wait a minute, that caveman over there made fire. You're not doing enough.
It's not enough being done. Like get the man, like come on. Like how we even I don't know how we get to that point. I really don't. I wish we could stop that. Like and this is like everybody. Like, gentlemen, look, your baby mama went always crazy, nigga. Just tell the truth. Hey, I used to cheat. I used to cheat. She called me. She got tired of my shit. She left. All right. So at least the person know for a fact that's who they dealing with. Like, lady, same thing. Yeah, you know what? Used to cheat on my nigga all the time. Used to go out and say I was hanging out with Carla and them, and I was out there really. His name was Carlos. Yeah, he had kids. They used to go to the park, and he was still in love with his baby mom. But don't worry about that. It wasn't ever serious between us. He ain't never got to meet my kids and no shit like that. But still, Carlos is he's that nigga. Yeah, yeah. He still live over there on 74th. Yeah, that nigga over there. Yeah, like the fuck.
Oh no. I'd rather not hear nothing. So
You know what? And you might be right. You might be
I
100%
mean,
correct.
I be rude in that aspect. Like I cut that shit short.
No, man, you know why? Because dog, in 30 seconds, that could be you. That can be you. Bro, look. And this is not just point out women. Give me 1 second. Gotta take off my Gucci slides right quick. My foot falling asleep in this bitch. So I'm like, you wearing a Marvel shirt with a Gucci slide? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Mind your business. Anyway, like, look. Hold on, what did you just say, Kush? My bad. Nigga like me drop the whole ball right then. I shouldn't have. But we all been there. Like there's no way to get around the facts that if you tell the truth, you can avoid a whole lot of that. If you do exactly what Kush is saying, which is ain't none of my business, because in 30 seconds that could be him. Like that's real. Look, the first time I piss you off, I'm about to become the next nigga that you smoking on.
And it did it did in a lot of situations, not mine, but a lot of situations where you piss her off, that's who she gonna call to come dust you.
Straight up, nigga. Straight up. The nigga that she telling all that shit to, Like, and look, there's nothing worse, and I say this all the time. There's nothing worse than a manipulative female. A female who can just like there's nothing worse than a lying ass nigga. There's nothing worse than a manipulative ass female. A female who is always the damsel in distress. Her nigga's always abusing her. Every nigga she been with. So you telling me she just woke up and just picked Ike Turner ass niggas, huh? Her entire life. She just said she looked at the Ike Turner profile and said, "Yep, that's it right there. I like that. I like that." Like that's crazy. Like there ain't no way. Ain't no way. Eventually, look, my mama used to say this. There's a common denominator in every story. And if it's you the problem. It ain't everybody else is you. If you
I learned that being the supervisor at work. I was like, if this the person who came and got into it with this person, this person, this person, and these people never got into it with anybody, it's more than likely this person.
Exactly. How could it not be? You know? And I'm like, man, it's crazy. And it's crazy because like, and I'm not even trying to like be weird, nothing like that. But in reality, I'm not even trying to hear, right, that all your niggas are just horrible. I'm not. I'm not even trying to hear it. You know why I'm not trying to hear that all your niggas is horrible? Because if all your niggas is horrible, right, that means I'm horrible too. Because me and them niggas had something in common. And I don't want to have nothing in common with them type of niggas. Like straight, like, look, it's simple, ladies. If your nigga is always picking hoes, always just hoes, cheating, you know, living their best life, city girling it up, sleeping with everybody. If that's kind of what you might be to him, chances are, that's what you are. Same thing with on the other hand, gentlemen. If she just picking abusive ass niggas at the abusive ass, you probably fit the profile of a possible abusive ass nigga. Now, what type of abusive ass nigga you might be? You could be emotional, maybe financial. You might not even be the physical, but you might be one of the other ones to her. Keyword has to be to her because, you know,
one of the many.
Yeah, there's plenty of facets of abuse, which I think a lot of females don't realize they're normally the abuser more than the male is, but whatever. That's a whole nother story for another time. We're not gonna break down too much, right? It'd be over here like, yeah, nigga, see what I experienced this one time. Like, we're not doing that, but you know, a lot of times that's what people do not realize. They don't realize that part of it. Like, I don't want to be involved in all that stupid shit. Now, mind you, all this started because y'all had a goddamn question about how what we do as fathers. Look, we do what we supposed to do. Damn it! All right, how that sound? We do what we supposed to do, but at the same time, all these facts are all these facets are things, and we're just talking about. I'm sorry, not facets. All these things are facets of relationships. All right, they're facets of life. There's things that we all go through. There's situations that exist, and any man will tell you they've been through some of these, if not all of these scenarios, and probably even worse ones or better ones than we're talking about.
I've heard way worse out there. Way worse.
I'm just glad it ain't me.
I would I would have to be thankful for my situation, like compared to some shit I heard.
No, hey, look, hey, and that you know what, that I'm glad you said, gentlemen. If you're going through a rough time with your baby mama, ladies, if you're going through a rough time with your baby daddy, I want you to listen to somebody else's abuse story or somebody else's baby mama story, baby daddy story, and I want you just to kind of measure how far yours, just in quietly. Don't do it in front of the person. Just do it quietly, and then like count your blessings that if you're not in that type of situation like that, like I'm not having to kill niggas because they come and knock, following me around because my baby mama sent them after. There's niggas who had that happen to them. There's people who had their baby mom pull up on them and put a gun in their face. Like that's happened. There's people who there's baby mamas out here who had a baby daddy beat them to death, or who, you know what I mean, who people didn't listen to, or they didn't believe that this nigga was crazy. Now here he is on her front doorstep holding two dead dogs, and they both belong to her. And he dug up one out the street, and he got this one right here that was in her backyard. This is the dog he bought her. It's coming with me. You know, like people have experienced, like, so always count your blessings that you ain't dealing with that shit. Like, yeah, I'm with you. Might not be how I want it to be, but nigga, it ain't like that. Like, fuck that. You can have that and keep that shit.
Oh man.
So
I
like,
ain't
so
seen I
go
ain't
ahead.
seen I ain't seen nothing till I seen the 4 tires on flat at work. Not my car, but I
Tell,
was like, damn, let me
no, go on,
I
tell it.
appreciate you for not being this type of woman. Let me tell you the shit I just see.
You know what? I'll be honest with you though. You know what? The one thing I openly thank my baby mama for this right here, right? For just this one thing, even though we ain't, I at least will thank you for not fucking up to the point where I have to do something, right? Like as a father, sometimes you have to do stuff. Like you don't have a choice. Like anything concerning your children, it has to be a choice. You know what I mean? It's non-negotiable, right? Like anything outside of your children, there's a chance for you to negotiate, right? So it's like, all right, okay, well, you was late on this, all right, whatever. Or you did this, all right, whatever. But you know, she out here beating your kids up and doing this and doing it. Yeah, it's not negotiable. Yeah, you can't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad she hasn't done nothing like that. Because there's mothers out there who do that, who really, or fathers out there who do that, and that's just nah. That's not it.
Nah, not at all.
And that's another thing. Don't think that your baby mom and baby daddy ain't talking to your kids on the slide. Like, don't think that's on the cool. Don't think that she just, oh yeah, you went to dad's house, huh? Okay, everything's fine, nigga. She talking about everything.
And the kid just gonna volunteer it anyway.
Like, but you know, dad got a new girlfriend, right?
The,
Yeah,
the
she got
mom,
a
the bond with mom is way stronger.
facts. So I say this all the time, man. That's why I personally say I never put my own children uh in them type of situations. Like, yeah, nah, we're not going. No, we ain't gonna talk about your mom while we're here. When you hanging out with me, we talking about us. We're gonna keep it at
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's a whole lot of stuff I don't need to know. I don't, because like that's how you get pulled into some BS, like being involved in things you don't need to know. Like, mom was down there and she was like snorting sugar off the thing. Like, okay, she was doing what? So the hoes are cokehead, huh? Like, like now you talking crazy about it in front of your kids, or dad, dad's friend Patrice came and dad, had her tie something around his arm while he gave himself a shot. Oh, what? Like what? Like I don't. I think it's well, you need to know that. That's probably you need to know, but like you'd probably live a better life knowing that your child didn't have to see that.
yeah.
Like there's some things I it like I said, that's life altering though. Snorting coke and shooting up, that's you doing that in front of your kids. Your kids should tell everybody they can tell and get your ass off the streets because you shouldn't be doing that in front of your fucking children, you idiot. But
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of stuff that just exists that don't even need to exist. Like, oh yeah, daddy locked the door and he was in there with Auntie Jennifer, and Auntie Jennifer was in front of daddy and daddy was standing up. Like, what the fuck? That's none of your business. Like no. or yeah, Uncle Charlie came over from mom and he gave me money. He put cereal in there, and then he went in the room with mommy and mommy was screaming like he was hurting her, but she said they were wrestling, they were play fighting. Nigga, that's none of my business. Like what? You was getting crazy because what's gonna happen is as a parent. So you was getting cracked by Charlie, huh, bitch? That's what we do. You letting Charles break your back, bitch? Or oh, you letting Jennifer suck you up, nigga? It's not even gonna be smooth no more, bro. Your life's fucked up.
At
Man, keep that shit to yourself, man. Be careful what you do in front of your kids, people. Do not, do not do stupid shit in front of your kids.
at
'Cause
all.
they telling it.
Them sponges.
They telling
All
it,
you,
bro.
all you gotta do is squeeze a sponge, everything come out of
That's it. And kids be like, oh yeah, man. I forgot to tell you this one time, Dad.
it.
It'd be something that happened like 6 months ago. You can't do nothing about it, bro. You did that. Now it's just in your spirit. You just died. Now you're carrying around. Now every time you see her, and everything been cool with y'all this whole time. because she did a good job covering up, but you did a good job covering up. But your kid came out and been like, yeah, man. So your mom left me over Uncle Ricky's house, and Uncle Ricky, she ain't got no brother named Ricky. Nigga, what? What? We was playing Ricky's PlayStation 5.
Just
You go to
call me
school.
Uncle.
You
Just
go to
call me
school.
Uncle Rick.
FaceTime me. FaceTime right now. I need that FaceTime. Hey, that's the worst thing in the world, right? Like when you out there with your new lady, and you know your baby mom want to FaceTime you, and she don't know about your situation, right? That's the worst. Because what happens is this: look, all right. Remember how you said that you kicking it with the homies and everything going good and all that, right? It's just like that. You out at dinner, you got your romance on, right? You smelling amazing, right? You got on your Tom Ford, you smelling good. You got your nice watch on, you know, maybe a bracelet and necklace, some kind of combination, maybe a nice little turtleneck, hard bottom shoes, a nice. You smell nice, you look nice, you look like you belong here, right? The conversation's going well. She's looking wonderful, smelling like the most beautiful of perfumes. She's making her laugh, you making you laugh. It's all going perfect, and then that phone started chirping, right? You look down, and you ignore it, right? Because I'm not gonna do that, right? We're not doing that, right? Then the conversation keeps going on. You're like, oh baby,
2.5 seconds later.
right as the waiter comes through, right, comes right on down. Hey, do you want to refill on the champagne? Yes, you might go give it. Oh, damn, it's her again. All right, so you ignore it again. Bing, text message, right? So why is Junior telling me about you taking him around some bitch? Boom. So you just gotta ignore it, let it go. You right now, your vibes off now, right? She could sense your vibes off. You want to know why? Just a couple minutes ago, you was the Mac of all Macs. You feel me? You smelled nice. You could talk. You was talking real smooth. Hand-eye coordination was there. It was all working. But now you don't even want to look at her because it's stressing you out. Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse. Then she FaceTimes you, and you don't got your phone. Your lady across from you got your phone, right? She just look. Oh, your baby mama calling. You want me to answer it? You be like, nah, I got it. Well, now you got an argument going on after you get out of here because she want to know why the hell that's going on anyway. Because y'all should have y'all situation already situated, right? Well, you ain't got to do that. Well, here's what happens. After you get done, deciding to text, I'll talk to you about this later. Your old lady gonna look at you and be like, oh, okay, cool. This nigga tripping. So maybe she lets us move over. Y'all enjoy y'all evening. It's over. The next day that you speak to your baby mama, boy, all hell is about to break loose. It don't matter how long ago. She gonna be like, nigga, so when I call you, you can't answer my phone. It don't matter how many times she could have lied to you for months at a time, been sending you the voicemail, doing all this creepy ass shit that you can't do nothing about. But the first time you don't answer her when she got questions about you and bitches, boy, you going straight, boy. She taking you. The devil. The devil has arrived, nigga. The devil has entered the chat. It's real. It's gonna get real for you.
What happens when it's the opposite way though?
Oh, nigga, it's worse. I'm glad you said that. So what happens is, hey, listen, hey, for all y'all who watching this shit's real, right? This shit's
They
real.
go off right on the spot. Why the fuck you keep calling me? Like,
like the fuck going on? I'm out here, or she just ignore. The nigga don't say nothing across. So she's
so
out.
you be
She's looking.
calling about important shit too.
She's like, hey, baby, the kid just swallowed a G.I. Joe, bitch. The nigga throw it out. The nigga throw it out to here. I need some help. Well, she like, nigga, well, take what it is. There's all kind of stuff going on. So check this out, right? So here's how it's going with her now. On the opposite end of this, she's out with her new boo, right? Oh shit, it's great. Take it to a nice little steakhouse. Lights good. It's a little table for two. They sitting right across from each other. He smells nice. She smelling like the finest of perfumes. I mean, she got it all done. Her hair looking nice. It's smelling nice. Not one thing out of place. Booty looking fat in the dress. It's all working. It's all working this evening. You know what's funny? She even went and put lotion on the back of them heels. Yes, Lord. She went out her way and put lotion on the back of her heels. Now, ladies, you know for a fact when you put that lotion on the back of your heels, you gonna let him slide in something that night. It's happening. But here's what's happening. Her phone started jumping. Oh shit. She tuck it away in her purse. Right? You she just keep chilling. You like, now mind you, babe daddy, I'm like, bitch, why ain't you answering the phone? No problem. And so she goes back talking like nothing happened. She not one thing's out of place. But here's the thing about because the nigga's not the wiser. He ain't really picking up. But then she goes, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. All right, cool. She go to the bathroom. She go off and she goes, nigga, why you calling me? God, you know I'm out. Bitch, why in the fuck is my kid got a welt under his eye? Oh, he was playing with little Junior at the park the other day. They kid each other. All right, whatever, nigga. Don't call me about no shit like that. My kids ain't that, you know, whatever. Then she goes, all right, cool. She goes back to her day, but here's the thing, she's a little disheveled now. You know why she's disheveled? Because now the baby daddy done agitated the goddamn shit out of her, and she can't get her mind off that shit. So now this nigga over here across from her got to work extra hard to get her mind right. He got to get her back in the bedroom. You see what I'm saying? Because right now he's setting up the bedroom play, but she focused on the home play. She can't get over what this nigga didn't talk to her about all day long. So now she's like, dog, just that 10 minutes then fucked my whole night up. Nigga's like, and then she decides to tell him, right? Oh, my baby daddy calling me, asking about my kids, well under his eye. Oh, and nigga's like, that sounds like something I would want to know too if it was me. And now she started to kind of pick it up because she liked this nigga. So this that nigga, you know. So she, oh, okay, well, I guess, yeah. But then in her head, man, nigga, fuck that nigga. I still hate that nigga. That's my baby. I don't give a fuck if you think the nigga right or not. Man, look, I bet you won't tell the whole story either. Bet you won't tell the whole story. But you just tell him that the nigga's bugging and he bothering you and ain't doing what he's supposed to do, all that shit, right? So then what happens at the end of the night, she still go off with that nigga, go and do her thing with him. And guess what? The night goes off well. Nothing's happened, right? Next time she said, baby daddy, I just think it's funny how when you out with hoes, I don't be calling you, but you want to call me while I'm doing my thing. Real simple. I just broke down both stories real easy. That's how it genuinely goes. And here's what happens at the end. Nothing. Nothing happened. Little Junior still got a welt under his eye. Little Junior still told his mom, you be with hoes. All that happened because people don't know how to keep their personal life away from their children. Keep your personal life away. The moral of all these hypothetical ass made up stories I just did was keep your kids away from your personal life, people. Period. If Susie is calling me every day and I'm hanging out with my kids every day, Susie, you gonna have to wait, baby. Hey, I'm gonna get you back. And if Susie don't understand, Susie got to step.
Exactly.
Like the fuck. These look, baby. If you don't, hey, if you dealing with a woman and she got kids and you can't understand that she got kids, bro, step. Go somewhere else.
If you even hear the person talking to their kids, you should offer it.
Yeah, but, hey, I'm
Like,
just gonna
hey,
go ahead and get off here, right? Because you.
yeah, especially if it's like they picking them up from school or some shit like that.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. My significant other got a child. A child's young, right? And I don't. I mean, I've been around the child. I've seen the child, or whatever the case is. There's no issue there. But I try my hardest that when she's doing things with her daughter, I step out. Hey, no, you got that quick because your child needs that time. That's important to that kid. That kid's development means more than my conversation. Because if me and you don't work out and you was giving me 3-4 hours of your time a day, and that 3 or 4 hours you could have been helping your child become a genius. You could be helping your child, curate the mind that was going to change this world. But you taking time dealing with my stupid ass, and I'm just trying to get some pussy.
And a lot of people get lost in that shit. That beginning love shit. Like motherfuckers really do get to ignoring their kids and that shit.
If what you doing and incorporating the children, you're doing it wrong. Real shit. Minus obviously sexual aspects and things like that. If you at the point where you and that person are serious enough, if everything you're doing ain't incorporating your children, a majority of the things that you're doing is going to incorporate the child or children, you're doing it wrong. Because that's what that person's life was when you first met them. I'd be damned if I'm about to go out with my significant other and be like, yeah, your kid can't come. every time, nigga. Like for real, every time, right? So every time she, we supposed to go out, you gotta leave your baby at home, right? That's what we saying. That's exactly what we saying, right? It sounds crazy as hell, don't it? If every day I'm around you, I don't want nothing to do with your kids. Everybody saying red flag, red flag. No, that's a serious problem. Nigga might beat your child all the way the fuck up, straight up. Because there's gonna be days when you gotta work. Hey, can you watch the kid for me? No. Nah, play girl, I can't do that. That's on you. I ain't even gonna. What? You can't, but you can sleep with her though. You can. Might want to be honest with yourself. That's why I tell people, be honest with yourself. Which brings us to that. What'd you say?
That's the setup. Well, that's the setup you need to set up then. Like both of y'all need to have the understanding. Like, hey, we just gonna meet up here to do this, that, and that's it.
And most of them don't do that though. That shit wild. They don't do, and I don't understand that. I don't understand. I don't understand the mind frame of the person. Oh, babe, I'm in podcast mode now. We rolling. I don't understand why the mind frame of a person would allow themselves to get taken there. Love is so addicting that people are willing to forgo their obligations to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to your children, the only way you should be operating anyway is love. So how is this type of love that you're receiving more important than the love that you putting out? The love you receive should never be more important than the love you put out. You're welcome. That's a quotable. I told you, I'm in podcast mode. I look, I hit my stride. I saw it coming about a mile away. I said, "Oh, yeah, here I am. This is going to be the one." Right. So I don't understand this. Right. I never understood it. How can people love their homies more than they love their kids?
Multiple reasons, but it's sickening.
Like you know what I mean?
Like that shit. I don't know. Like I don't even hang with dudes like that, bro. Like I've literally stopped hanging with niggas because I didn't ask, like, "Hey man, how your son doing?" And I don't know. Like, yeah, this side. Okay.
That nigga.
We can't be cool, bro.
No, you got to go on about your way now. If you can't, and I say this all the time. Look, ladies, ain't no or gentlemen, ain't no way you willing to, and we're gonna use gangs as an example. Ain't no way you willing to die for the sip and not die for your kids.
At all.
That's weird as hell. Ain't no way.
That's the trend though. That's what's going on right now.
Niggas weird. That's weird as hell to me. Like, I can't even imagine that. Like, one, if any organization is asking me, right, an organization, right, if I'm a part of a criminal organization, hypothetically speaking, and I'm looking at everything this organization is doing or has always been about, and I look and I've already said, I'm associated with this. This is what I am. This is who I am. This is where I'm from. When I'm dealing with that, ain't no way that I can look at that organization and look at its history of how people go to prison, people die, people get killed by members of the gang, all that type of stuff, and then be like, damn, I want to be more part of this than I do want to be a part of my children's life.
At all.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way I wake up and go, yep, being a Crip is way more important than being a father. Yep, being a blood, that's where it's at. I think, yeah, man. I never, like I can't wait to wake up and no offense to anybody who does these type of things, but like there ain't no way you wake up and
it is offense to people who do those types of things.
No, well, yes. Well, you're right. Let me state that correctly. There's no offense to anyone who's a part of that lifestyle actively, right? And are not or don't have those responsibilities. But for those who are, you do definitely need to take a little bit of look at yourself. And there's no way that's more important than your children. No way. No way. No way that now, granted, if there's money involved, I can't tell you what to do with your life. That's your life. If there's money involved, it's a money move. But how much money is your child worth? How much time is your child worth? Like straight up, if you really care about your child, you're not gonna put them in that position anyway. And that's just me. I've always believed that.
I don't care if you do that, that's your life, but you got to know how to balance the two. It's a lot, and most of them can't. Like they really love their partners more than they love their kids, bro. Like that's trash. That's garbage.
I don't understand it.
I never will.
Well, I remember looking at my kids when they was first born. I never forgot this. Looking at my children when they first born, tears in my eyes. I ain't never looked at none of my homeboys, nigga, and be like, damn, nigga, and had tears in my eyes feeling like that.
When I first met you.
But hey, Kush, first time I met you, my nigga, guess what, nigga? Tears in my eyes, nigga. I couldn't believe it. Nigga, what? I've known Kush since I was like 20 years old. I'm 32 now. Like, ain't no way I looked at Kush and was like, yeah, nigga. That nigga right there,
It's weird, bro. Weird. You're weird, bro.
I will.
You are a weird grown man, bro. If your partners are more important than your kids, you are a weird grown man.
Oh my god, dog,
That's weird, bro.
and it's real.
And not weird in the good way.
That's just real. I'm like, nigga, y'all weird. Like, bro, what? Your son over here, like, damn, I can't wait to go home and be with my dad. Your dad, damn, I can't wait to go out there and be on the block and be with these niggas. Nigga, what?
No.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go out here and spin the block and kill 15 of them niggas for what they did to little Charlie. But you got a son at home, bro. You worth more than him.
Weird, bro.
Hey, listen, black folks. Listen, I want to say this. It's okay for us to grow old. It's okay to go to work. It's okay to have a regular life. It's okay. I don't care if I've said this in the episode before or not. It's okay.
It really is.
It's okay to be a parent. It's okay to be there for your children. Now, I'm not saying the black men aren't, or I don't want to allude to the idea that they're not. But for those who we are talking to that are doing what we're talking about, which is choosing friendship and camaraderie over children. Women, don't worry, you're not exonerated from that. But right now we focusing on the fellas a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, ain't no way.
Because the trend of that is too ridiculous right now, bro.
It's fucked up. It's too sad, and I think that we should really, 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 really take inventory. And you know what? And if you know anybody like this, point them to this episode because there's going to be clips that's going to come out about this. So point them to this episode and tell these niggas, look, bro, look, you are worth more to your children than you are to your gang. You are worth more to your family than you are to any other erroneous cause that's going to really end up one way or another. Like you, bro. Do you know how many people who are in prison right now, right? You know, guess I said to somebody, I'm not just knocking on gangs. We can use the KKK or neo-Nazis or whatever. Anybody who's changed their mind from living that way. Do you know how many times they've said, damn, I wasted so many years of my life and of my family's life being a part of this organization that got me nothing.
Nothing. No.
And I had to go sit down behind bars. Let's say I'm on the streets 15 or since age 15. I commit a crime. I'll go to jail at age 20. That's 5 years already that I've been gangbanging or doing whatever, thugging, whatever I'm doing. Then I end up behind bars for call it 10 years. Nigga, that's 15 years of your life. You done had a kid. Your kid turned 20 by the time you come home. Now you don't want to be in no more, nigga. Please, it's too late. And the crazy part is you got movies about it. You have platforms like this one talking to people about it.
You have all the documents of everybody telling on everybody, bro.
Like it's up there. And then niggas be like, yeah, nigga, I'm this, nigga.
Yeah, you my bro, but you finna get this 30. I'm going home.
Like, if I can go home in 60, you go home in 30. Like that's what they doing. They putting these sentences in front of people that they can't even, boy. As soon as they see it, they be like, no, 36, like, wait, 36 or more.
3 murders and I get probation?
Like what? I get to go home after this?
All I gotta do is tell them you are not my bro anymore.
Like gang what? What gang? Like, you know, that's crazy. That's crazy as I don't know it. And you would think that people would stop. Like you just stop for like 30 seconds, man, and just be like, damn, there's a documentary about there's a documentary out about the mafia. There's a documentary out about this gang and that gang. Bro, you can read. You can read. Bro, you look. I say this, as the people, the problem with people is this: they stop reading, they start using YouTube and all this other stuff as their source of information. They're no longer using the Dewey Decimal System or libraries or books or whatever the case is to really find out nothing. They're not doing it. They're not picking up books until they go to prison and they don't got a choice. Then they start picking up books and then they want to change their mind. Not look, it's never too late. But what I'm saying is sometimes, bro, damn, nigga, look, Kenny could have been, bro. I don't know if you ever watch, if you've been watching BMF, right?
Yeah.
Love the TV show. I'm not knocking Big Meech or none of that stuff. But don't you think Big Meech would love to be on the set of that show?
With his son,
With
who's
his
playing
son,
him.
watching his son do that. And I'm not even knocking Big Meech. I think what Big Meech did was what Big Meech did. I don't have nothing negative to say about that. No way. There ain't no way to be negative about somebody who did that. But the reality of the situation is, I'm pretty sure he would love another opportunity to do it all over again where he didn't end up in that situation.
Yeah.
He would love, I'm pretty sure he would love to be around this kid. And I think what happens is people get lost in the idea of, oh man, hey, yes, Big Meech was a real person. Yes, he was a real, yep, he didn't snitch. And we hold that in high regard. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. There's nothing negative to say about that type of person. But what happens is this: for all those people who aren't like Big Meech, we don't know what Big Meech regrets and what he doesn't regret. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm really believing that anybody who goes to prison for a long period of time wants to be fucking free. They don't want to be behind bars.
You think 6ix9ine got any regrets?
Yes and no. Look, I'll answer yes and no. I think he might have some regrets, and I'm gonna tell you the regrets he has. The regrets he has is this: more than likely centering around the idea that as freely as he's able to move around, he's not able to move around without that being on him for the rest of his life. So like he can't go outside. Yeah, he can go outside and do what he wants and all this and all that, but he can't live the life that he wants to live. You can't be free. You can't go live where you want to live. You can't walk up and down the street how you want to walk up and down the street. You can't eat what you want to eat, where you want to eat, how you want to eat, with a room full of people that you may or may not know. You that he regrets.
So he Jamie Lannister basically.
Yeah, essentially. Essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do nothing. You just in a box. Like straight up. Like your world's in a box. And you know what though? But and here's the thing about it, right? Women would still fuck with him because there's money somewhere involved. And you, how many times have you seen a video with him and chicks popping their ass and looking fine, pouring milk on themselves, doing all the necessary ungodly things all the time. We see that shit all the time. You see that? Like if you know, as I went there, I was there for a moment. Just imagine that he's still able to do that, but that's one part of it. That's not your entire life. Women aren't your entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they make life better, but bro, look, you still got to be what you got to be with or without them. So he can't do that. And I mean, that's not life I want. I like the fuck no. That's why I'm very look. I say look, I'm very careful with the people I associate with. I'm very careful where I put myself. I'm very careful where I go. Now I'm not saying I can't go where I want to go. What I am telling you is this: I don't associate with everybody, and everybody ain't my motherfucking friend.
Feel that. That's
Like
real.
people do the dumbest shit in the world. And I said the saddest part is this: everybody act like they ain't got no mama. Everybody act like they ain't been raised. Everybody is savage. Everybody a gangster. Everybody's shooting everybody. Everybody's spinning blocks. Everybody's an entrepreneur. Everybody just like everybody used to sell dope when Jeezy was out. Everybody was Mr. 17.5. Everybody didn't need no skill. And they could eyeball it. Like everybody was, everybody was just that. And I said, there's the crazy part about it. Outside of being all those things that everybody claimed to be, how many of those people truly can say that they lived that and that it was worth their children, their family, the sacrifice they made there?
The ones who only faked about doing it.
Right, exactly. So check this out, right? Big Meech, and we're gonna use him again as an example. Big Meech can be like, damn, you know what? I was a millionaire. Or am a millionaire. I'm pretty sure he still has. I don't know what his financial situation is, but I'm pretty sure he set up his family. He did what he's supposed to do for his family. So I can only imagine, damn. So now there's a story being told about my family, about my life, and my son. My family is being able to live out, what I've been through. My
Mhm.
family's able to see and now get residuals off of my life being portrayed by my family. Same thing with Ice Cube. Then when they did the Straight Outta Compton movie,
Yeah.
I can only imagine the sense of pride he felt watching his son play him.
Yeah.
Like all I gotta do is walk over and talk to this little nigga. Hey, bro, remember that time when when you was 6? Nigga, this is what I was doing. Like now you get to watch your son reenact the life that you had, and that money's going to your son, and it's going to you. So you not only did you increase your legacy, you increased your bottom line too. This is what I'm saying. A lot of people don't like anybody else who lived those stories, who can't tell those stories, who ain't got them children to do that because they went to prison behind stupid shit. It's not worth it for
Yeah.
them. It's really not. But hey, that's why we're on the show, right? That's
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't never will get that concept.
and you know what though? I mean, and just and I said this is crazy. Anybody who's ever put themselves out of their children's lives, right? For one reason or another. I ain't saying like you made a mistake parenting or you step left instead of stepping right now. I'm talking about the people who legitimately just fucked off their entire life so they
Mhm.
can, you know, achieve something that was just really negligent and it just doesn't even sound good. Like those type of people, I want to question. I want to question. I would love to believe that you have a mental disability. I would hope. I would hope that there's a mental disability leading you to do that. And maybe there is. Maybe look, maybe there needs to be research done that asks the question: is there a mental disability for people in the hood who are forced to relive or be trapped in circumstances that repeat what their predecessors did, right? And is that type of conditioning leading to these type of issues that we're speaking of right now? If the answer to that is yes, guess what? We need to not vilify those people. We need to get them help.
Mm.
If not, if niggas just gonna be nigga doing nigga shit, then we gonna always have something to fucking talk about concerning that.
Yeah.
And that's that, Jack. Like straight up, ain't no way around that. It's crazy. But anyway, Kush. So what you got planned for the rest of the day?
Nothing much, man. Finna sit around with the kids. Ah,
See, hey, I'm gonna be doing what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Being where I'm supposed to be. This might be called the Baby Daddy Chronicles in this bitch, boy. They gonna be mad as a motherfucker at us, boy. Cause listen, see now, look, what you did was you got me talking about a whole bunch of shit. Oh, what's going on? Who's this? What's going on, player? He popped in and was like, "Let my daddy go, okay? It's time for me to go do my things." So look, Kush, tell the ladies, all right, if y'all didn't get nothing about what we said, okay? A, there is no breaks in parenting. B, love your children more than you love your niggas. C, be careful who you decide to have kids with. Cause nigga, are you kidding me? And D, make sure if you gonna live your life, you live your life outside of your children. Don't let your outside life be wrapped up like that unless y'all really like that. Like if you just met this nigga 2 weeks ago and you got this nigga around your children, something wrong with you. Or you
Mhm.
met that female a week ago and y'all kicking it at your son's game and niggas, I'm gonna stop. No. What, nigga? You don't even know you don't know what her life is like, nigga, for real, for real.
Th- Them the type of people that can't be alone.
Yeah, bro, those are the worst. Them the worst. Them the worst. You just gotta like, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with y'all making y'all life choices. Y'all do what y'all want to do with y'all body. But damn, man, love y'all kids. And that's parenting from a father's perspective. And I'm not every father. I am a father. I'm one of many. Kush is another father. I always say there's two different things between the way and a way. Right? This is a way, not the way. The way means it's infinite. It's that's boop, finite. It's over. That's the one. No, this isn't that. There's 1,000 ways. There's 100 ways to skin a cat. I'm just helping you out with one of the many. Right. So, because anything else you want to tell the people?
If you're weird, work on that.
Thanks. Hey, look, yeah. Hey, shout out to all the
That
solid.
part, that part of the show touched me.
Like weird. You are a weird parent, nigga. Like the worst. If you are that though, if you are a weird father or a weird mother, stop that shit. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Don't use your kids as a weapon. They're children. They got to grow up. Y'all got to parent them niggas together. And then when they get older, they don't want to be around either one of y'all. You gonna see why. You know what I mean? And lastly, be honest with your partner. If you know what I mean, you got a little significant other, whatever, and you got kids and you can't do something because your children, that nigga better or that female better understand. If not, they better step. Fuck. Hey, babe, I can't see you this weekend. I got the kids. Oh, I understand, baby. You know what? Let me just get on out the way. You know what I mean? I'm gonna holler at you. Or pay for her daycare. Or pay for his daycare. Like these is, I mean, what's up? You want him to come drop that pole in your back, you know? Pay for daycare for him. You know, hey, look, baby. I put the kids in daycare for 2 hours. That's us. Most of us don't even need that. What? I just need to put them in daycare for 15, 20 minutes. We good. We in there. We solid. You just got to be as dedicated as I am. You just got to be as dedicated to the cause as me. 10 minutes is all I need. I don't need more than that. Look, let's 10, 15, cool. You know what I mean? If that's the warm up, get warmed up before I show up. I'm going to drop these kids out to babysit. I know babysitters don't go by 10, 20 minutes, so you're going to have to pay for an hour probably, right? Cool. We can make whatever go. You know what I'm saying? Without question. But other than that, folks, look, man, love yourself, love your children. Ladies, that's answering your question. That's the perspective of two dads and the story. We in our children's lives, so who else could you ask, right? But as always, don't be weird. Don't be kissing these hoes in the mouth. And lastly, it's Ivy knows best. Holla at me.
Wear your mask, man.
Oh, yeah, wear your mask if you ain't vaccinated, right? We out.
All right.